So I think to get started, we'll have the candidates introduce themselves, and then we can go maybe about 2 minutes or so, 2-3 minutes, whatever you can kind of explain why you're running for the board, and a little bit about yourself, and then after that we can open it up to the parents to ask questions. So, without further ado, if you want to start, Dave, you want to start?
My name's Dave Colmere. I got a couple of kids here, first and second grader, and we've been here through our inception and academic inception, and we started at Windmill as well.
Terry?
All right, Terry Morrell. I've been here about 3 years. I have a fourth grader, second grader, and kindergartner. You want to type why we're thinking about running too?
Well, go ahead.
Or
No,
just this?
go ahead and introduce, then we'll start.
Okay. Other than that, I guess that's it.
Good evening. My name is Wayne Plachetti. I've got a kindergartner here, and I've got a fourth grader here. I've had nothing but pleasant experiences over the last 5 years, and looking forward to continue that my children's education going on for the next several years through middle school. Appreciate seeing everybody here, and look forward to the questions and discussion.
Okay. Thanks. Dave, you want to start it off?
I do, thank you. Mr. Bardman, may I have 5 minutes?
Sure.
Thank you. My name's Dave Colmere, and I was a pretty disengaged parent until about 3 weeks ago. In fact, I was very disengaged, like a lot of everybody here, very busy with my work, 35 hours of volunteer time, homework every night. I was living the dream, and I had no idea what was going on at this school. So I went and had a coffee with the board one day, and I found out some things that I didn't like, and I became immediately engaged. So what's going on at this school that got me so engaged is, first of all, I found out that they are looking actively at putting in an iSchool concept into this school. And that means, ironically, we're in a library. It means getting rid of our books and pencils and putting a one-on-one, one-to-one teaching curriculum with a computer. And further, I found out that our decision to look at that was based on our lack of ability to balance a checkbook. For 3 years straight, we're in the red. In fact, I think the number that I got this year, we're $140,000 deficient. We need 40 kids to get straight and healthy, and that equates into $250,000, $250,000. Anyone got $250,000? So that's why I'm involved. If we don't do the iSchool thing, I am very involved, and I will do everything I can with my professional experience and my leadership to help this board find some new avenues and creative ideas for building enrollment, getting retention, and lower the fundraising burden at our homes so that we don't have to be pestered with so much fundraising at home, and internally we can go out and make some of those enrollment opportunities pay our way. That's something that we're missing. One of the things that and I'm going to take up a little more time, I know it hasn't been 5 yet. One of the things I know we're missing in this school, and it is school spirit. It might sound funny, but school spirit can be equated to branding. We don't internally brand with our children. We don't give them a reason to love this place other than the teachers and the friends. But you see a Firebird anywhere in here? If you look out on that table when you walk in through the door, there's 4 pieces of paper from WCA trying to tell the kids there's a program for this summer. There's not a Firebird on them. It looks like legal mortgage lease agreement paperwork out there. And then right next to it is Science Matters. It's colorful, it's segregated in 4 parts, and it's, if you know this or not, it's competing with our stuff. Anytime you put 2 things together, they compete. So there's 4 things from us and 1 from them. And they're taking attention away from our Firebird and our students. Now good for them, and it's great for our kids to be engaged like that, but our activities are missing out. So we're missing branding internally. We've got cheerleading now, but we're missing fight song, we're missing guy running around in a Firebird suit, we're missing paraphernalia, pencils, we're missing all kinds of stuff that engage our kids in our school and make them stay here, make them want to stay here. And it's not bad to brainwash our own kids in something that we believe in. And there's other things that are missing. There are definitely other ways that we can increase enrollment. I'm working on a project I took on and asked John to give me some information. He gave me everybody's addresses. I have no names, so don't worry, I'm not gonna call you and say, "What's up, Mr. and Mrs. Bryant? Can you please give me a minute of your time?" But we've identified that we pretty much have a very concentrated presence in Greeley West. But we have no way of carpooling people back and forth. And one of the things I hate the most about this school is I have to shuttle my kid across town. And I go through 40, 50 bucks in gas, and I still just live in this little small town. So there's a way that we can recruit and say, look, folks in Greeley, we've got a great school, and we have a regimented program to shuttle those kids over here. There's no reason you should be bringing your high TCAP scoring kid to this school. And I think I'll just stop there. I've got so much more to say, but you know, I've got some great candidates here and friends as well, so I'll let you guys have some time.
Okay, thanks, Dave.
Thank you.
Terry?
Hey, I was supposed to say I have been engaged for the last probably good year and a half, coming to almost every Thursday board meeting. And sometimes when they have the additional board meeting, I would try and make it. One of the flaws that I see is communication. One example is I was at the principal interviews. This gal is sitting at my table and I don't know what's going on. I can't believe this is happening. I never heard one word about this. So one thing we need to do is have more than just emails. There's got to be another way to get the word out there that this stuff's happening. I've never seen a thing on our white, I don't know what you want to call it, sign out there that they say, you know, choirs tonight, whatever. You could be putting things out there, board meeting tonight, you know, things like that. I really do think we need better communication. Another thing was, for tonight, us candidates really didn't find out that this was happening. I knew to ask the question, so I knew. But other candidates didn't know that they needed to be here until they got the email blast with everybody else saying that they needed to be here. I think a email, phone call, something to us to pre-warn us that this was happening would have been good. So those are my examples of why I think communication needs to happen. Like I said, I have been engaged. I've attended a lot of these board meetings. There is a website, the Colorado League of Charter Schools. They have board training modules on there, which I have completed and taken all of them. So I am engaged. I know what to expect on the board, what the Colorado League of Charter Schools expects. I've also been on the education committee and coming and, you know, trying to mine information for them, make graphs, whatever they needed. And also, Dave already talked about it, but this e-school or iSchool really concerns me. If we bring this in and we don't have a high school to bring them off to after they're done using an iPad for how many years, then what? You know, trying to get them to go back to pen and paper, I think would be very hard for them to do. So unless there's a better alternative for a high school, which I'm hearing they may try and do a charter high school, but unless that's in place and that's what they're going to plan to do there, I think we really need to think about if that is the avenue we need to go. And we need more than one option to come up with how we're going to save money. You know, or to gain money. And I agree, you know, I can't go out and fundraise once a month with my kids going to the same neighbor's house. So there's got to be better opportunities. So I think that's it.
Okay, thanks, Terry. Wayne, the floor is yours.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you again for the opportunity. It's great to see everybody here. You know, it really shows the involvement and the passion that you have and the commitment in your children's education and your future. So, you know, we've heard, you know, we've got a number of perspectives. We obviously have some very good interest in serving in the board and taking this school forward to the next several years, and that's great to see from all of the candidates. Just a couple things about myself. Professionally, I work as a service manager in a biotech instrumentation company. My territory is North America, and So we've got roughly $125 million of service revenue that we bring in and manage. And on a regular basis, we're dealing with budgets, looking at what can we do to grow the top end, what can we do to minimize the bottom end, and have a balanced budget year over year. Making tough decisions with respect to programs or initiatives or staffing or personnel is something that I've had experience with over the past 17 years. Not in the academic environment, such as Windsor Charter, but in the professional environment. I serve on the Board of Elders at my church at St. Peter's in Fort Collins, and again, working with people and trying to understand what the community needs and wants. So what can, my interest here, again, as I mentioned, I have a fourth grader who's getting ready to cross the threshold going to middle school, and I have a kindergartner who's just starting out on her journey. And my experiences here at Charter have been great over the last 5 years. There's a lot of things that we've done very well and that we can continue to leverage. And one of those is, the most important is the teachers, and understanding what the teachers need, what do the teachers want from the board, from the principal, from the parents. And again, seeing all of you here, you're obviously showing your support and your interest and stake in the future of this school. Obviously we can do some things better, and we need to do some things differently with respect to budget and with respect to retaining, bringing our school to full enrollment and retaining those kids going through middle school and providing a future for them. My personal opinion, I think the iSchool idea is outstanding, and I think it's something we need to give a serious look at to complement, as we're sitting here looking at all the books that we see, to complement that. Myself working in the technology age, I can see how our children have to be prepared, and they have to be technologically adept. They need to learn interpersonal skills. They need to learn how to read and write with a pen and paper, no doubt about it. They need real-world problem solving. And so again, what I see the opportunity is the iSchool program is a tremendous opportunity, again, to complement and leverage some of the core fundamentals that we have here, but